Greetings. Today I'm here to talk about a custom blaster I created. You know that dog thing they made? It's like a little blaster, whatever, launches a tennis ball, kind of too dangerous to operate in a battle. Well, I got one of those a while back, like the smallest one they have or whatever, and I didn't really have any of the tennis balls to go with it, so I did something else with it. And I have constructed the largest blaster I own. Still needs a bit more detailing done to it, but let's see this. This is the Destructor MS-1, a large missile launcher, which it's not the most powerful, which is why it's marketed as N-Strike. It's not the most powerful, doesn't have the best range, it doesn't look the best, but it sure is fun. And it shoots these huge missiles here, which are loaded up with either Mega or N-Strike darts, depending on how you want it. And of course, it has the nerf logo on it, because you know that adds like plus 20 feet range. Now, how does this compare in size to something that, like the long shot? Long shot, it was the biggest, or at least in length, blaster that I own. So let's get that out. Mine has a replacement stock, but still that same length. This thing beats it. And of course, we all know the long shot. We only like it because it's cool looking. And of course, to really compare this, my long shot, hold on. I have the other real missile launcher they made, the Titan. My Titan's in decent shape. It'll probably beat this. Let's see. Now, how do we load this behemoth? Well, first, you do what you would do with a normal, one of those ARG launchers. Then you take your loaded missile, and you just drop it down the barrel. Then you have to, of course, make sure you can use that little gap there and make sure the missile's loaded in. And then, it launches, like barely any distance. I don't actually see where that went, but that was cool. And then what do you do once you're done with that? You take your other missile. You do the exact same firing mechanism. Drop it in. That didn't do very well, but we shot it. Now I'm going to make a very loud noise as I put this down on the table that my camera's on, and then I'm going to fire my Titan. So the Titan, we all know it has air powers. You're supposed to put it on the ground and pump it or whatever, but that's stupid. That's for babies or whatever. Why do that when you can pump up your Titan with the leaking air tank that still shoots fine and fire that? I'll probably put a review video of this whenever I find the rest of the Unity power system, that being the Scout and whatever this thing's named, because I never remember it. Now, shall we go see how far those shot? I think we should go see how far. So starting here where we are, if we head out this way, we could see the first two that I shot out of the missile, then the angled shot, and then all the way back there is the Titan's missile. So obviously the thing is beat out by the Titan, but this is kind of like, this whole blaster is kind of like Zombie Strike. You don't really get it specifically for the performance or how battle effective it is. You use it because of how fun it is. And that's pretty much what this does. Who wouldn't want to use a giant missile launcher that weighs a ton because it's made out of wood, it's got a PVC pipe barrel, and launches giant missiles very far, or not very far? Who wouldn't want to use that over this bright red and orange thing here that works way better? Of course you're going to choose this so you could scare off all the little kids. Now I want to see how quickly I can reload this thing for firing. of course, going to put his extra missile in place. We're going to see trying to use this in a battle. And it's got a cool sight and all that too. Now, of course, that extra missile was placed on top here, but if you had any more, good luck carrying all those around. Loud noise. Now, of course, you enjoy carrying around a huge bag of like 10 of those things if you want to do anything in an actual battle with this. And of course, you might want to carry around an extra sidearm for when you quit carrying around this thing, because it's really heavy. And again, I still haven't figured out how to end these videos, so yeah, that's it.